afternoon.
So Kit, let's just get straight down to it. How important now is it for you just to get on with training session this afternoon and get on with the football tomorrow?
Yeah, really important. Just want to get my teeth into it, so to speak, now and get cracking. It's a great opportunity for me, which I'm really excited about. Everybody wants and craves stability now at Fulham, and I aim to give that, certainly.
Obviously, you spoke to Alistair yesterday after Felix had been relieved of his duties. What kind of messages has he given you from the chairman? Because I know you haven't had a chance to speak to him yet.
No, it's just very keen for me to take over and start winning games of football, which, you know, as all football managers know, that's the job in hand. So, again, it's a really exciting prospect.
What do you think the problem was? Why do you think the team hasn't obviously performed as well as we thought it would at the beginning of the season?
It's been very difficult, and I think there's probably been an awful lot of reasons why we didn't function and get the results that we've needed, really. But what's happened in the past is in the past. I'm focusing fully on the future and where this football club can go with the help of a lot of people. I've got full confidence in the way that I coach, the way I train, the way I manage, and these players are going to love it.
And does the future still involve all of those younger players that you know so well, obviously from the under-21s?
Yeah, I mean, well, under-21s, under-18s, you know, I've obviously done both jobs, and we've got some brilliant young players who I honestly feel will be the lifeblood and the future of this great football club. But also I realise how tough the Championship is. I spent a lot of my time in that, and it's a very tough, unforgiving league. So, you know, I will pick the team or the teams that I think are the right ones to go and get a result for Fulham.
There were a lot of changes made to the team over the last 6 or so games. Is that something that you will intend to do, to find out your best team, or do you have an idea of that already?
No, I've certainly got an idea. I mean, there are a lot of games to play, so inevitably the team will change. I think in the Championship it's very difficult to play the same team week in, week out. But also I'm very realistic, and I understand and I know just through looking at history that stability is very important, certainly in certain areas of the team. So I'm fully focused on that, and I'll certainly try my very best to make sensible, common sense decisions. My first thing I'm going to look to do is to really galvanise everything, pull everyone together. I want everyone singing off the same hymn sheet, so to speak, and really pulling together. You know, get the supporters right behind us, and this is a family club, as you said, Nick. And if we act in that way, then things are going to be fantastic for us.
The goal against ratio isn't particularly flattering reading when you look at the table. What do you intend to do about that? How do you intend to solve some of those problems? I
intend to solve it, whether I will or not, by a lot of hard work on the training ground. I've always worked in a quite basic, simple way, but very effective. I think, you know, football is about defending, attacking, transition. Then you get set pieces. So if you study and work on those 4 things during the course of your working week, then you've covered all bases going into the game.
And your coaching philosophy is still the same. It's about nurturing the players and about bringing the players through and getting the best out of them. Just
bringing the best out of the players, bringing the best out of the individual within a solid, good team structure. Then, again, I don't, you know, I'm not going to come up with anything particularly new. I know that because, you know, everything's been done before. But I've learned an awful lot over my playing career, my coaching and managerial career. From an awful lot of people, and I've put little bits here and there, put it all together, and that's become now my philosophy, my way of doing things. I think it's a way that the players will enjoy and appreciate and benefit from, and I think, and I certainly hope, it's a style of play that the fans are going to enjoy. You know, I played here and had 2 promotions and some fantastic times on the football pitch and some great memories. I've done the scouting, I've done the under-18s, I've done the under-21s more recently. I think Fulham fans know I'm 100% committed to the club, and that's what they want to see from everyone connected to the club, and, you know, that's what I guarantee I'll give them.
You've played in front of the fans at Craven Cottage. It's an incredibly special place. What can they do to help tomorrow? How can they help you and the team?
really get behind us, really support us, plenty of cheering. I've been to the recent games. I went to Reading, I went to Forest. I know how frustrated they've been, and I can understand that fully. But I really want to give them something to get behind, to support. And I've got, I'm convinced. I say the way we're going to set up, the way we're going to play tomorrow, the fans will get right behind that, right from word go. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I just can't wait.
I know you haven't had the training session yet with the team, but have you spoken to any of the guys? Obviously, Scott Parker, your captain.
I've spoken to a couple of the players, Scotty being one of them. I'm going to address all the players now before we go out for training. I'm going to address all the staff. It's all happened very quickly, as I'm sure you can appreciate. But just if good feeling and goodwill won your football matches, we'd be fine, because everyone's been brilliant.
Brian Reid obviously hasn't featured at all this season. Is he someone that's in your plans?
I had a couple of conversations with players last night, and Brian was one of those players who's a fantastic footballer. And the conversation we had last night, he's very upbeat, very positive. That's a great start in my book. So I was delighted with the conversation, and looking forward to moving on. Looking forward to seeing him in training today.
Obviously, you've had very little time to prepare, but you know the teams in the Championship. So what are you expecting from Blackburn tomorrow? Well,
I know Gary Boyer, their manager for starters. He's a real top guy and a very bright young manager. So they'll be well organised without a doubt. And they've got a lot of good players. We know that as well. So we know it's going to be really tough, and we fully expect that. But also we're very confident going into the game. Well, certainly I'm hoping to be here for a long, long time in this role and move the club forward. Like I say, I've got big ideas. I've got big plans about. I've got a definite way of how I want to work, how I want the staff to work, and I want the players to play. So I'm very confident that. I said there has been a lot of change here, and its stability, in my opinion, is what's needed now, and I aim to give the football player that stability.
When a team changes its manager, generally that has a galvanising effect, and the following games you can see that. Do you expect that tomorrow, or that doesn't figure in your thought process?
Certainly, any little advantage we can get, I'm hoping for, but I don't want it to be just a honeymoon period and a short-term fix. I'm looking at the bigger picture, and us working our way up the league over a long period of time. So, like I say, that the plans and the work I'm going to put into place now will stand us in good stead for the long term.
From everyone at the football club, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.